Happy Thanksgiving, Wednesday, November the 26th. I know tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Hello, Yoakum. Yes, I got my socks on. I beat you to it. And people, I want you to subscribe to Thank You. Yes, I got my socks on. I want you to go to 709 concert video. He should be around St. John's. From his house to St. John's there in Canada is about 9 hours. And that's a long way. He told me he might, hello, Jacob. And our buddy, 709, when I heard from him last, he was on the way to St. John's there in Canada. So he said he might be on here tonight, but man, 9 hours of driving. And if you got kids, you're going to have to take a break. Okay. People, happy birthday to everybody who's born today. Happy anniversary if you got married today. I had 4 heart attacks, high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, back problems. And I live on a fixed income around $900. Oh, Lord. They must live close. You must live close to New York line. And you all seen on the news that some guardsmen's National Guard got shot up there in Washington, D.C., I believe today, but 2 blocks away from the White House. Now, I want you to send prayers out to those National Guard people. Just watch your news. I think they're still alive. And if you're out there on the road, be careful. Be careful. Because people's crazy when they're driving. Like me, I don't drive at nighttime. I know my eyes is better, but I don't like driving at night anymore. When I used to drive an 18-wheeler, I drove mostly at nighttime. We had to keep log books. Now they got computers, but you still got to carry a log book if your computer goes out, whatever they call that. And Thanksgiving is the day. Well, it's about 45 outside. I got the temperature in the house sitting on 68. Before I came in here, the inside temperature is about 73. This house was built in the 40s. And it been redone, more insulation put in, double pane windows. I never heard of triple pane windows. Okay, you take it easy. What you have to do, go up and pick your friends up at the border and bring them back to your house. You must live the Canada on the side of New York. And see, I'm learning. You all people in Canada is teaching me about Canada. I thank you all. You people in Canada, RM 709, Jacob, there's a couple more people on here from Canada. There's some from Russia. There's some from Mexico, India, France, UK, all over, and Finland, Alaska. A bunch of you good people. See, you all is my family. You're my YouTube family. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm 70 plus, 70 plus. Cause I've been told by the younger generation, you know, keep things private. Hello, Heather. Heather Starr. I bet you are a good Heather. Nothing, my friend. I hope you're ready tomorrow for Thanksgiving. Well, I started, what's today? Wednesday? I think I started Tuesday. Put my ham in the crock pot. That cost me about, I guess, $18. And put my pineapple in it. I put a little butter on it. Make it a little bit more juicier. And I cooked it on low. By cooking it on low, to me it does a better job. But I did turn it up on high this morning for a couple hours. Then turn it down to low. Right now it's off. But I cut it. And I don't know how you all like ham. Hello, Brandy. Just fine. And I cut my hand, small slices. It's like it falling to pieces. That's how I like ham. It falling to pieces when you slice it. I'm gonna fix my well. I feel like you, Heather. Thanksgiving and Christmas was a good time for me. My dad passed away April of 92. He was, about 80 some odd years when he died. My mom passed away. She was 101, and she passed away in February. I forget what day in February. I think in 17, I believe. And I hate Thanksgiving. I hate Christmas. Well, because, one thing I hate about Christmas is my birthday. I wouldn't want any kids be born in December, especially around Christmas or after Christmas, because as my parents told me when I was growing up, that it's cheaper to get your birthday presents on Christmas and just have a birthday cake. I don't think that make any sense. My grandparents died. Grandpa Al, my dad's dad, he died in 72, the year I graduated high school. And I never did know Grandpa's wife, because she died before I think I was born, I think. Then my mom and dad. See, when did Grandpa Homer die? I can't remember. Maybe six? No, I think I was out of school. I don't know. And Grandma, she died years later, but I think she was close to 100 when she died. And the Roberts family, they were from Orleans, Indiana. My grandpa Roberts, if you all remember history, he's a veteran of the Spanish-American War. And I don't know if you all have Monon trains back there then. He was on a Monon train. I forget what his job was. We would go to New Albany, Indiana, get on the train there at New Albany and take out, going through Salem, from Salem into Orleans. But now for some reason they made it a walking path. You know, I guess the only thing you can get through Salem and Orleans is truck in by trucks. I rode that train, Monon train, many a time going to Grandma's house, even for the summertime. My grandma was good, you know. Well, Heather, just stay on here and talk, because I'm kind of get it in the dumps. By talking to people, it helps me. Just like you're in here talking, it helps. And also, Heather, it helps too if you believe in God. And like my blood, my side of the family, my kids is that way. Well, one of my wife's kids is that way. Their mother, who's dead, comes and talks to them. Their sisters come and talk to them like an angel. Your dad and your grandparents would talk to you. They might come when you're sleeping in dreams. You're not crazy. You're not crazy if you dream about your dad and your grandparents. If your grandparents is anything like mine was, they're going to help you out, Heather. They're not going to give up on you. They're going to help you. They're going to come in your mind. You might think you're hearing things and stuff like that. It's God talking to you. Maybe your dad or your grandparents talking to you. Listen. You know, they can tell you about your boyfriend or your husband or anything. Pay attention to your dreams. You know. And your dad and your grandparents loves you very much. They love you very much. And you must be been a good daughter and granddaughter to your dad and your grandparents. I know your mom misses your dad. Like I say, when you've been married for so long, say 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. That's a long time to be married. Your mom, I'm willing to bet, is lonely because your dad's not there. They probably done a little fighting and arguing every once in a while, but they learned how to compromise, how to get along. And like I say, subscribe to my channel. That way, anytime I come live, you get a notification. And you can always come up here and talk. I might can help you, and maybe I can't help you. I might tell you where you can go get some help. Anybody. And your dad and your grandparents want you to do your best. And never give up. Keep trying. Follow your dreams. Your grandparents might suggest while you're sleeping on something. It might take a while to figure it out. You know, some dreams I have, I kind of had to interpret it. What does this mean? You know, that's what you have to do. But your dad loves you. He's up in heaven with your grandparents. And your dad and your grandparents will talk to you. You're not crazy if you hear voices. You know, people say, shut up, you're crazy. Hey, people talk to me all the time when I'm sleeping. But I got to figure out what they're trying to say to me. You know, try to interpret it. And Heather, do you have dogs or cats? You know, if you got pets in the house, they'll help you out. They'll keep you company. Dogs or cats know when you're down in a dump. They know when you feel bad. They know it. That's how come I got 5 kitty cats in here, in the house. I got about 20 outside cats. They're company. They keep me company. They keep me calm. I get to pet them. I get to talk to them. All they do is go, meow, meow, meow. You know, but they understand when I feel bad. And I had at least 3 kitty cats on my bed. They were sleeping. They got to have some ham tonight. I know Turkey Day's tomorrow, but I'm having ham. And thanks to those idiots in D.C., you know, split this up on the food stamp and you get, you know, I like to get everything at one time and go out and all this. They will get some ham tomorrow. The outside cats will get ham tomorrow. You know, I make sure they get their... Hello, Mayor. That's okay. You see, the past 2 nights, I've been sponsoring your YouTube channel, telling everybody to go there and subscribe to your channel. And in case there's somebody on YouTube, I tell them, I said, if you do recording contracts on music, anything like that, I said, go to Mel's YouTube channel and watch her song. Her son play the guitar, the drums. He's in a band. And there's a couple of videos that he was on the steps in the house, and they was some of them was kind of sad, but I love them. And people, I want you to go to Melanie. Let me spell it. MELLANIYSWAN song. Go to her YouTube channel. Let's help her get her YouTube channel up. Let's get her watch hours up. If you like kitty cats, people, you want to go to her YouTube channel. And I like that one kitty cat, Melanie. Okay. And she loves cats and she got dogs, but she had that one cat. It's black and white. I got two of them the same color. I call one Midnight. The other one is Midnight's baby brother is Captain. And I like kitty cats. If you like kitty cats, people, go to Melanie Swan Song. Swing. I had a biology teacher. Her name was Miss Swain. She was a heck of a good biology teacher. Now, I didn't pay that much attention to the toes. There's some cats that got 6 toes on. That's a rare kitty cat that has 6 toes. Boy, that's a whole lot of toes. But people, you gotta like kitty cats. Yeah, I say he is rare. Even kitty cats with 6 toes is rare. But that's the first one I've heard with 2 front paws. That means he would have 14 paws on each hand. That's a whole lot of toes. I bet he has no problem climbing a tree or catch a mouse. People, we talk about everything up here on YouTube. We try to help everybody out. We talk about kitty cats, dogs, farm, city, country. You know, we try to listen to you. You know, try to help you out. That's what we're here to. You know, we know. Yep, I like to see stuff like that. When she talked about vintage and antique toys, well, you all know what a walker is when you put your baby in a walker. Well, my walker was like a table. It was, I guess, 3 feet by 3 feet, or 2 by 2, or 3 feet by 3 feet. Had a hole cut out in it and a chair with rollers on it. That was my walker that I had when I was little. The stroller is different from what we got today. And we had a stroller that had a handle on it, like a motorcycle handle, made out of metal. I guess you call them a baby buggy. And But I don't know if you would call this a baby buggy or not, but this is, like I said, it was a stroller. You could eat your food on it, you could walk, as long as the doorways is wide enough for it to go through. And that was nice to have back in the 50s and 60s. People, I'm telling you my age. I was born, people, if you do history, it was during the Korean War. If you ever watch MASH on TV, that was during the Korean War. Nope, I don't think we had that. I don't think that came out until probably late 70s or 80s, I would think. I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I had anything like that I can remember. I know I'm old, but I know what you're talking about. I've seen it on TV that you put the baby in, it'll jump. When the baby jumps, that'd go up and down and all this. I know some had like a swing set or a rockabye. You put the baby in, like even in a car seat. You crank it up and it'll rock back and forth. People, that's talking about. No, I don't think I had an airplane. I remember when I was a kid and went to the fair, you had something like that at the fair. You push it, it'll raise up and it'll go down like you're flying an airplane. That was the good old days, people. I don't know if they got rides like that now, but in Kentucky, back in the 50s and 60s, they had a place they called Fountain Ferry. You could ride go-karts. They had the highest roller coaster. It was wood. Not me. I ain't getting on that roller coaster. I ain't that crazy. But there's other people that would get on a roller coaster like that. But when I went to Fountain Ferry, people, they had go-karts. I ride the go-karts all day until we got back on the school bus to come back and go back to school. That was a school trip. I don't know if they take school trips anymore. We used to take school trips out to a dairy farm, which that was Coots's farm in Charlestown. Then we went to the back factory. We went to the Opry and watched Madame Butterfly. Well, he ate some ham a while ago, hour or so ago. He don't like stove stuffing, which I fix that tomorrow. And my banana pudding I fix tomorrow. And my day could be better if some good-looking foxy ladies would come and visit for a while. But that's okay. Too far away. I don't know how to get here. Well, I don't think I ever done that. I'm going to try sometime this winter to make a meatloaf like my mother used to. I know you cut onions up, you put a couple of eggs in it. I think you put oats in it. I think you put some crackers in it. You know, my son said he won't eat it. He did when he was little. He used to eat it all the time. But sometimes I'm trying to fix it like my mother. I know the foxy lady I was married to, when she fixed meatloaf, it was pretty good. Yeah, we was close. We was close. Especially, I took care of her before she broke her hip in October of that year. Then my a-hole brother put her in the nursing home. And he broke every promise to her because she had it in the will that she stay at home. She did not want no nursing home. She wanted to stay at home, have her kitty cats, because the kitty cats would get up on her lap, and she would pet them, she would feed them, she would work her crossword puzzles. But my a-hole brother put her in a nursing home against her will. But to me, he's an a-hole. I'm sorry, people. You don't trust your family. You don't trust them. Because I got to have my kitty cats. A nursing home won't let me have my kitty cats. You know, I can tell you where to stick them nursing homes. That's what family's for. Hey, Melon, you're not a burden. You're not a burden to your kids. We take care of our kids from the time they were born until the time they leave the nest. It's their responsibility to take care of us. You know, we know what we like. If we go in a nursing home, we're not going to get to do what we did at the house. If you got kitty cats, you can't take your kitty cats to a nursing home. You can't take those cat trees to a nursing home. I would die within 6 months or less because I don't have my kitty cats. That's what keeps me going, people, is my animals. It gives me something to do. You know, since I'm not married and I don't have a foxy lady, I don't have to worry about it. I done told my son if he puts me in a nursing home, I'm going to come back and haunt him and he's going to die. Hello, Paris. They're my reading glasses. I can see, you know, it's kind of blurry. I kind of like it. These came from the dollar store. They're I think 2.50, I think. The other ones I had was 1.75, but I keep breaking them for some reason. And I did have cataract surgery this year, back in January and March. I was supposed to went back the end of January or February, and I said, no, make it for March. Yeah, just like these kitty cats here. They take care of me. Like Alex, she's up on top of my dresser there. Before the night's over, most of them will be in here on the bed. And hi there, Jalova, Jovan. How you doing? There goes that 911 again. I remember you from the other night, my friend. And welcome. I hope tomorrow you and your family will have a good Thanksgiving if you celebrate Thanksgiving, either with ham or turkey or persimmon pudding. You know, you can find pumpkin in a can at the store, but I haven't found persimmons in a can where you just open it up and put it in the pan and start cooking it. I love persimmon pudding. And I hope any of your foxy ladies that lives close to me, you know, within 50 miles, knows how to fix. Hello, Carter. Welcome. That looked like a cute doggy. Let's see if I know what they call a war-hair terrier. Hey, kid, you know, when I was growing up, Mel, our cats, Dad and Mom, before we feed them, we made them lay down and roll them over for their food. They were laid down and roll them over. If they didn't do it right, I made it do it twice. Dad and Mom said, "You're mean." I said they should do it real fast. But when Dad and Mom done it on the cat, they lay down and roll them over real fast. But if I tell them, they just take their sweet little old time. But, you know, my cats is my therapy animals. My cats is my therapy animals, people. Just like people got dogs for their therapy animals. Like I say, if it wasn't for my kitty cats, that's true. Mel, when I get underneath my blanket, you know, cover up with the blanket, well, she's in kitty cat heaven with Mama Tina. She was a Siamese cat. This time of year, since it's cold outside, she would tap me on the arm and I raised the blanket up. She would get underneath the blanket. Plus, every kitty cat that she had born was born on the bed underneath this, let's see if I can turn it down. See this blue blanket? That was Mama Tina's baby blanket. There's a whole lot of kitty cats that was born underneath that blanket. And she was a good mama cat for a Siamese cat. I had a calico cat when I lived up at the other place, and I had a door off of the bathroom sink. Kelly would go in there and have her babies. When Mama Kelly would come out to use the bathroom or eat, Mama Tina would go in there and take care of her baby, give them a bath, feed them, you know, give Kelly a break. And I'd be standing there close by the bathroom after Kelly used the bathroom, got something to eat. She kind of looked up at me, said, "Daddy, it's time. I'm back. Can you tell Mama Tina to get out. I said, come on, Mama Tina, Kelly back. She comes out of the hole, and Mama Kelly would go in there. Like they do understand people's voices. I think they do. And I guess you can call me a cat whisperer. Okay, let me figure out how to turn this around. See, that is Alex up there. That's Alex. That's, you know, she is the daughter of Margaret. She looks just like her mother. And Kathy is, it is. Kathy's kind of orange or yellow cat, whatever color you. That is her baby sister. And Alexi, she kind of like a tiger striped cat. That's Alex's firstborn. And if you got a good mother cat, people, in the house, the mother cat, if you got cat boxes, usually the mother cats will pick the baby up and put them in the cat box. Then they know how to use the cat box. But Wildcat is kind of like a tiger striped kitty cat. She wasn't really a good mother. You know, good mother cats are supposed to pick their babies up and put them in the cat box. Even I've done it. But Blackie, who died this year, I always want to use number 2 on the floor. And I rubbed her nose in it many a times. And she might use a cat box once a week. And I guess she done that to keep me going. You know, like any animals you people got for a pet in the house or outside on the farm. You might have cows or horses or pigs, sheep, goats, donkeys, chickens or ducks. They know when you feel bad. They know when you feel bad. Just like about 8 weeks ago, I fell off of my porch. I've never seen that happen. But I've heard of people saying they'd be in bed sleeping and they. One thing Mama Tina did, I was underneath the blanket, you know, say this was my leg, right in here. She would have her babies there. I'd be kind of like in a baby position. And I felt my leg wet. I raised the blanket up. I don't know why she done it. I to this day, I can't figure out why she had her babies on the bed underneath the blanket. I never figure that out. Just like I call this lady Trouble. And her daughter is pregnant. And this cat, it's a female cat that was operated on when it was a baby. You know, never did came a mother. And the Trouble always told me the cat always used the cat box. And she said now the cat is using the bathroom by the door. Okay, I asked her, what has changed? Because cat, they do get upset. I said, I know your daughter's pregnant. I said, could that be it? Because no, when you tell me about that cat used to get on her lap and your lap, but since she's pregnant, you're not paying any attention. I said, start putting that cat up on her belly, because that cat knew that she was pregnant. And I asked her sometime this week, maybe yesterday, I think it was yesterday. I said, how's your kitty cat doing? I said, what you told me has worked. You know, she put the kitty cat up on her daughter's belly. Her daughter's in her 20s. And she start petting it, talking to it, and tell the cat that you're going to be a big sister to this baby. And same thing with her mother. They start loving that cat. And that cat went back to the good things. You know, I'm not a cat whisperer or cat. Well, I tell you something, people, about dogs and cats. If you raise them together, you know, get them both when they're babies, they 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 should get along. You introduce them, say, you got the cat on your lap. You call the dog up there, you know, you might get scratched. And hold it, said, whatever the doggy's name says, this is a kitty cat. This is your baby brother or baby sister. You be good to it. Protect the baby. Sometimes it works. But if they don't have the cat every day, it's a strange animal. And well, you know, some cats does get along with dogs and some cats don't. You know, every kitty cat and every dog is different. You know, if the dog gets too close, the cat usually take its paw and smack him up on the nose. Then the dog will back away. 9 chances out of 10 that is. But they all need loving. The dog needs loving. The kitty cats need loving because they do get jealous. They do get jealous. You know, you got to give them equal love, the dogs and cats. You got to give them all love. If the dog is on the couch with you, the kitty cat jumps up on your lap, pet the cat and the dog, talk to the dog and cat. You know, you got to share your love with your dog and a cat because they do get jealous and you love them. You know, maybe you go to bed. I guarantee you, I had dogs that loved the cats. Even if they came there, they treated them like their own family. You know, they loved them. But the outside cats, I don't think they would get along with the dog. Thank you for the arts. And they don't mind the raccoons. They don't mind the possum coming up on the porch to eat a little food or drink a little milk. You know, everybody gets along. I wouldn't know what they would do. When I had my chickens before the raccoon broke into my cage and killed my chickens and rooster, the kitty cats would sit there next to the cage. And I guess they thought them chickens and roosters was kind of like a bird. But they found out they're not a bird, they would fight back. I miss my chickens, people. I love those fresh eggs you get. If you live in the city or town, you got to check the laws on having chickens and roosters. Where they probably get you on the rooster, most cities and towns got what they call a noise ordinance. That's probably where they get you on the rooster, because them roosters about 5 o'clock in the morning will start crowing. I miss my rooster. He would crow every day around 5 o'clock. If I was to go somewhere in the car, he would crow like, "Bye, Daddy, I see you when you get back." When I get back, he'd crow like, "Welcome back, Daddy." You know, it's like part of the family. I've been watching videos on TikTok, YouTube, I think TikTok, Home Alone. I done saw Home Alone 1, 2, and 3. I might look up on YouTube and see if there's Home Alone 3. I like to watch Home Alone. And I love that movie, all three of them. And there's another movie, I can't think of it. There's a bunch of wizards. You know, I can't remember what the show is. Hi, are you on your way back home, or you staying the night in St. John's? Jacob is on his way to the border up there by New York. Him and his dad going to pick up some people at the border there at New York and bring him back into Canada. I'm looking to see your videos of your road trip. Ugh. Oh, that's good. Maybe you might make it into a TV, Hudson and Rick. Oh, good. That's good. Maybe I see it on your channel tomorrow. And people, if you want to learn about Canada, you got 709 in here. He lives in Canada. And Jacob, he lives in Canada. RM lives in Canada. And people, I'm not getting paid to talk about Canada. You know, I used to watch Hudson and Rex until they fired John Redden, who played Charlie Hudson. I'm boycotting them until they bring John Redden, a.k.a. Charlie Hudson, back. I'm not watching Hudson and Rex anymore. And that was filmed in St. John's, Canada. Providence of St. John's in Canada. St. John is a good place to live. And you go to 709 Concert Videos, he's in Canada. And he got a bunch of videos, you know, animals from where he lives, and some concert videos. I fell in love with one of the girls that he had in his video. She's pretty good looking. If you want to learn about Canada, you learn quite a bit. I got RM on here, and he's from Canada. I forget what part of Canada. People, if I was younger when I know now, yeah, museums and different events, you know. And what I would do, people, if you're thinking of retiring, look up Canada or Ontario. That's right. RM's from Ontario. I've learned a lot, people, but you're people from different countries coming on here and watching your videos. You know, and also, if you like raccoons, you want to go to James Blackwood, the Raccoon Whisperers. He's in Nova Scotia, Canada. I'm learning a lot. It's like I'm back in school studying history. And I want you people to look up Canada. Say if you get $2,000 a month retirement of USA money, see what that converts to in Canada money. You're going to find out your money's worth more in Canada than it is in the United States. If I take what I get here in the USA and took it to Canada, I probably have close to $4,000 in Canada money. And plus the medical they have in Canada is better than what we have here in the United States. You know, it's colder in Canada than it is here in the United States, part of the United States. The farther you go north, the colder it gets. But I would love to live in Canada. If I had to do it all over again, I would move to Canada. Because all the people I have talked to here on YouTube, not my YouTube, other people's YouTube, it's from Canada. They are very nice people, very polite. So that's how come I try to teach you all to be nice to people. Treat people nice, because then they will treat you nice. If people treat me like an a-hole, I'm going to treat them like an a-hole. But I try to treat everybody the same, no matter what color your skin is, or what nationality is, or what religion you are. I try to treat you all the same. Because that's what God wants me to do. Treat you all the same. And people in Canada, could you use your cell phone in Canada? You probably can. They got cell service up there. Or maybe you can buy a phone from Canada and have an area code in the United States. I've heard that it's possible. You know, maybe have two phones. That way you can call your family. Or here we can call people that we have family in Canada because they got a area code for the United States. I don't know if that costs extra or not. I talked to a few people in Canada. And I've been thinking about, I said, how can I talk to people in Canada? And I found out, thanks to God and you people on YouTube. And I just want you all to have a good day tomorrow. Don't eat too much where you get so full that you're going to be sick. And you have a safe trip back home. If you're flying on an airplane, you always want to call your airline, see if they're on time or are they late or, you want to do that. When you're eating turkey tomorrow or ham or whatever, take pictures, videotape it, have it on your YouTube channel. Do that. I think if my mom and dad was alive and I videotaped them fixing Thanksgiving and Christmas things and open presents on Christmas, that I think mom and dad would have loved it, I would think. But one of my ex-wives, my mom loved the Foxy Lady. I know y'all Foxy Ladies, but she loved this Foxy Lady. My mom jumped all over my rear end because Foxy Lady and me split up. Maybe my mom and dad's talking to her, as a spirit or an angel. I don't know. I love those hearts. And I think I know who's doing it, but I ain't going to say. But thank you. And, I miss being married. It has its ups and downs, but some of it was my fault. Because I was drinking alcohol, probably smoking a little marijuana. I didn't do that around my kids or the Foxy Lady, but alcohol I did. But people, when we was living in my grandma's house, we had this wallpaper. It was red, white, and blue with flowers on it. We had to have a special glue. Because when you had two little kids that likes to mark with pencils or crayons on the wall, all you had to do is take a wash rag and wash it off. I don't know if you can buy that wallpaper anymore. I think I would like to get some of it. But, me and Foxy Lady put that wallpaper up. She loved it, I think. She did then. She probably hates it now, but I kind of liked it back there then. Cause you got to think of the kids. All kids is going to mark on the wall or crayons it or paint on it or stuff like that. That's natural for all kids to do. Oh. And but what I like to do, people, in this house is put panel like maybe pine panels or look something that look like a log cabin in the house. That's what I like to do. You know, but people, I just don't have the money to do what I want to, and that's how come I wanted to get monetized to do work on my house, put a tin roof on it, take that chimney out, which is a metal pipe that goes all up, take that out, and put a metal roof on it, and kind of bring my wiring up to code, with ground, and put maybe panel up. And I believe I would put carpet in the bedrooms. That's what I like to do, put carpet in the bedrooms. And like maybe my porch, make it a little bit bigger. Let that go out towards the north, maybe about 3 more feet. And that way you can have it closed in with screens and maybe fix it up with some kind of windows where you could sit out there in the wintertime. That's my dreams. And that's what I like to do. That's what I like to do. That's what I would love to do, people, is fix my house up. You know. That's what I would love to do. Hello. I know it. I know that. And I kind of like it. There's something else I've done last night. I don't know if this is it or not. No, that's not the one. No, that's not it. No, I got hearts on my cheeks. Yeah. Now, I don't like that one. Nope, don't like that either. But what is the one I done last night? Nah, I don't like that one either. That one's not too bad. People, I'm having fun. You know, that's what it's all about. Oh, that's ugly. No. See, I'm showing you all my teeth. But, but we all here are having a good time. We having a good time here at the pond. Nope, I don't have Snapchat. I had to get rid of some of my apps because my cell phone was getting full. Now I got an iPhone, people, an Android phone. I know how to get rid of my cache and stuff where I won't, like that. And this is all through YouTube. You know, you see those flowers on my face. Let's see if I can make my right. Look, you see those cute flowers? Even got a flower on my nose. And Mel 709, if you saw it, yeah, they do on my cell phone. I don't know about the computer. And like I'm on my cell phone, you got like the microphone, like a star, and you turn around button, and a camera, and your light, and stuff like that. No, he's not. He's not my grandson. He's just a good friend. You know. Yeah, he's kind of like a grandson. And Jacob, he calls me Grandpa. That's okay. I take any of you all as my family because I treat you all the same. And, that's what good. We treat everybody the same no matter where you are on this planet. I don't care what color your skin is or what nationality you are or what religion you are. We do have one thing in common. We have red blood. We have red blood. I know there's different types of red blood, but we all got red blood in us, no matter if you're black or Chinese, Russian. Hello, 709. You see what Mel said? That you're my grandson. Well, you're like a grandson. you know, hello, Brandy. Yeah, Brandy. I don't know, I want to call you Brandy. I got a niece named Brandy. She lives in the UK, been there in the UK over 10 years. And her baby sister, she's over there in UK since her mom passed away, living in the UK. I got a classmate. He been over in the UK since 73. We graduated in 72, somewhere 73, 74. He went to Canada. UK. And last I've heard, his new wife is from UK, if I'm right. And I watch videos from the UK. I watch videos from Russia, China, Japan, Alaska. I watch them all over the world. I'm trying to learn history all over again. I've been out of school over 50 years. And you do forget history. I like what 709 does. He showed slides and stuff from the 1920s, 30s. Yeah, I've been out of school 50 plus years. Probably, let's see, this is what, 2025, maybe 53 years, I think. It's a long time being out of school. You forget things. And, I wasn't an angel when I was young in elementary school, junior high, high school. I was an a-hole. I admit I was an a-hole. A bully? No, but I was an a-hole. And kids, when I'm going to tell you, don't do what I tell you that I've done, because you get arrested for it today. Back when I was in elementary school, I used to put thumbtacks in teachers' chairs or kids' chairs. If you do it today, you get arrested for assault and battery. So kids, don't do it. Behave yourself when you're in school. You all know what's right and wrong. Your parents, your mother, your dad, or your grandparents teach you what's right from wrong. Be nice. Help people out. There's people in your class that don't make good grades. They need help. When I was in school, people, back in the 50s and 60s and like that, we had 10 to 15 kids in the classroom. That's a fact. And your teacher could took time with each student. Now in a classroom, you got 20 to 50 kids in the classroom. And a teacher can't take time to help out the kids that's not too smart. And if you people, the kids who watch it later, help those kids out, because God will reward you. God will reward you if you help the kids out. Because those kids you help in school, they might become a VIP, a very important person someday. They're not going to forget you. They might be a millionaire or a congressman, a governor, a mayor, somebody like that. You never know. They're not going to forget you. And I hope everybody have a good Turkey Day tomorrow. Or if you don't have turkey, ham, or tacos, or hamburgers, whatever you all have on Turkey Day, hope you all have a good time with your family tomorrow. It's just me, my son, and the kitty cat. Okay, Joanne. You have a good Turkey Day tomorrow with your family. And everybody have a good day. I was born in the 50s. You ever watch MASH on TV with Klinger and Potter and Radar? That was during the Korean War. That was in the 50s. People said do not give out too much information because that's how people steal your ID, this and that. Like I said, I was born during the Korean War. If you ever watch MASH on TV, it was the Korean War was in the 50s. I was a Korean baby, you could say. Yeah. Have a good time to be born in. And, like 1970s. Let's use 1973. Because that's... And you go to the grocery store for $50. You either need a pickup truck or a big SUV or a car with a big trunk. Today, $50 is only either one bag or two bags. Gasoline back there then was about 15, 20 cents a gallon to compare what it is today. You could buy a pair of new tennis shoes probably for a couple of dollars. You could buy a brand new car for about $2,000. Like when I bought my 1973 Monte Carlo with a police package on it, which you can't buy them that way anymore, was about $2,000. I like to have a pickup truck, people. I like to have a Jeep pickup truck. I know a Gladiator costs more than the other pickup trucks I've seen in Jeeps. I'd like to have a Jeep with four-wheel drive, a new one. Why a new one? Warranty. Because I don't have the money to fix up a four-wheel drive. You too, Brandy. You have a good night. God will watch over you and your family. You have a good turkey day or ham day, whatever you all eat on Thanksgiving. Be good to everybody. God wants you to be good to everybody. God wants you to be polite. God wants you to help people. But people remember, there's people that won't have a Thanksgiving tomorrow. Some of them might be homeless. It's not their fault. They lost their job. They moved outside the United States. You got homeless veterans. And if you can help out in a place where they serve food on Thanksgiving to help out the homeless people, or if you know people where you live, take them a Thanksgiving dinner. You know, you can get those plastic plates with lids on them and take it to a family that's not going to have Thanksgiving. They will appreciate it. And God will reward you someday, you know. And, you know, I just want you all to help people out. Will I get anything special from anybody? Nope. Nope. Nobody come and visit. The only ones that come and visit me tomorrow is the outside kitty cats. When I go out and feed them about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. And no foxy ladies that come and visit. Any foxy ladies that got my phone number or might get it, make sure you text me first. Because I get so many spam calls, it all goes to voicemail. And it tells you in the voicemail, if you don't leave your phone number, you consider a spam and you get blocked. You know, I just get so many spam calls. Didn't used to do that way until our government opened up the deal where they publish every phone number. Everything on cell phones used to be private. You didn't get those spam calls. Now, since they opened it up like a phone book, you get all kinds of stupid people. I get texts from people who has the wrong number. I text them back and say, I live in Indiana. I think you got the wrong number, but if you need somebody to talk to, I said, I'll talk to you because I ain't got nothing to do. And you'd be surprised how many people come back that I talk to like that, knowing it's the wrong number. You know, it does happen. And it makes me feel good by talking to people. My son always tells me, he said, Dad, you worse than a female. All you want to do is talk, 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 talk. But who else am I going to talk to? I live in the boonies. I live out in the country in the boonies. All guys are my inside kitty cats and my outside kitty cats and outside raccoons and possums. They don't talk human. I like, you know, a good foxy lady. Somebody I can talk to. Or hold close to my heart. You know, maybe scratch my back. Or be a hell of a cook. You know. And I'm looking at my clock. I try to stay on here an hour, but I'm about an hour and 29 minutes. That's okay. It's Thanksgiving Eve. People is lonely out there. And they get bored. People, that's what I'm on here for. I'm bored. Nothing to do. I talk to you all. Try to help you out if I can. And what else is us old people going to do? You know, we go stir crazy. And you know, it'd be nice if I had a good foxy lady. Not too, I'm not talking about beanpole skinny, at least a little meat on them. And I gave y'all a question. Would any of you take your exes back? There's a reason you all get a divorce. And about 90% of you said no. Other 10% said yes. If I had a computer, I could have it up there and like a survey or, see what it would be. But I'm leaving it up to God. God knows what I'm looking for in a lady. God knows. And there's a girl I used to date when I was a teenager. Her name was Carol, but I ain't mention her last name. Before my sister died, she told me Carol still loves you. I wouldn't know what she would look like if she came knocking on my door. I wouldn't recognize her because back then I was probably 16, 18 years old. I wouldn't know what she looked like. I know what color her hair is. I think she had blue eyes. But I was really in love with this girl named Carol. And Janice. Well, Janice is dead. She died a few years ago. I think we had a couple of kids that I didn't know about. And, hello, RM. You have a good day up there in Canada and Ontario. And everybody, as I've said, I don't know if I said it earlier in the videos, when you see a nurse either in the doctor's office or in the hospital, thank him for their service. It takes a very special person to be a nurse. In the ER, critical care, taking care of sick babies, taking care of those old people who have heart attack, that takes a very special person. And you thank them nurses out there for their service. And REM there, REZA-1223. He's a nurse in Ontario, Canada. If you all live in Ontario and you have to go to the hospital, thank them nurses for this great service they do. Like I said, people, it takes a very special person to be a nurse, even a doctor. But some doctors is a-holes, in my book. And I just want everybody to have a good turkey day or ham day or whatever you have on Thanksgiving. Maybe a hamburger or tacos or pork chops or meatloaf or banana pudding or dressing with, nachos. I didn't forget them. You're the first one I heard of having nachos on Turkey Day. But people, when it comes the 1st of December, I am going to buy a turkey and put it in the freezer. I might have to make room for that. butterball turkey, but I'm going to get a turkey for December. I think I got Reynolds Wrap in the cabinet. I have to look. And, I kind of like to have some nachos right now. I got the chips, but I don't have the cheese. I might go in there and nibble a little bit on some of the ham. If I do that, then the kitty cats will be down there at my feet meowing. So you all have a good Thanksgiving Day. Thank the people, if you can. We're not going to have a good turkey day. If you can help them out, you got neighbors. You know your neighbors. It's not going to have a good turkey day. I love you all. God loves you. And bye, you foxy ladies. You all know who all the foxy ladies are. And I love you all. God bless you. And if anybody knows my phone number, if you plan to come to my house tomorrow, you better call me, because you're not going to find my house. Not even with a GPS. The ambulance can't find it. The police department can't find it. You ain't going to find it on Google. But I do live on the road. But the road don't show it on Google. So I love you all. Bye, you foxy ladies. You all have a great Thursday. Hope everybody gets along. I hope nobody drinks and drives. Good night, Maryland man. You all have a great Thanksgiving. Maybe your son could play some good music for Thanksgiving. Because I loved your son, when he was sitting on the steps. That one song that he sang, he kind of like brought tears to my eyes. So you all have a great Thanksgiving. God loves you. And you all take care of your animals. It's even Thanksgiving. They have the right to have a turkey day. I love you all. Bye, you foxy ladies.